5 times. 5 times. That's how many times Batman has been in death battle. And if you know me, you know I loves me some Batman. But 5 times is far too much. And now you may be thinking, Blackjack, this is only his 4th time, because Terry McGinnis does not count as Batman, or as the same one. Bruce Wayne had his own summation screen in that battle. He counts. Anyway, hi. Welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Aviani, and I am a little disappointed. Not only in the fact that they decided to put the same character in again for a 5th time, but also because this is the first recording I'm doing on my new computer, and I just spent far too long trying to get the audio just right. I'm still not 100% confident that it's working. I had to do sound test, and sound test, and sound test, and this freaking bar on the side is still there. I thought that would go away. I honestly thought that would have disappeared when I upgraded all of my programs, but no, that bar is still there. So yes, needless to say, I'm not going into this with a very positive mindset, and I know a lot of you have already downvoted and left at that, but let's just see where the day takes us, huh? I'm rooting for Iron Man on principle at this point.
Batman, DC's vengeful crusader of the night.
Iron Man, Marvel's genius billionaire playboy philanthropist.
These two mortal men have
gears
used
as
their
shoulder
intellect
pad.
and determination to take their place alongside gods.
And being filthy, stinking rich sure doesn't hurt either.
Money fight.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah!
That's right.
Stop it.
He's back. In case you're one of the many psycho supervillains stalking the streets of Gotham City, I would make peace with whatever god you pray to, because they won't save you from the goddamn Batman.
Yeah!
But before he dressed like a giant rodent and employed little boys in booty shorts as meat shields, he was Bruce Wayne, scion of the multi-billion-dollar company Wayne Enterprises.
One of the 2 smartest men on Earth. Is Lex the other one? I honestly do not know.
Until Mommy and Daddy got 360 no-scope, leaving Bruce with a void inside him that could only be filled by the never-ending...
Here's another thing. The whole stuff about calculating height and weight does not make sense, because 210 pounds at 6'2", when he's so muscular and so athletic, you would think that would be considerably, the whole thing about muscle weighing 3 times as much as fat. That's, I don't actually know if it's true, but it's what my mom, who's a medical professional, has always said. So you would think he would be a lot heavier than that.
Quest for justice and vengeance.
That night, Bruce Wayne died, and the Batman was born. He would devote his
Well,
life
he wouldn't actually get the idea to be Batman for several more years, but you know what I mean.
perfecting his body and mind to become more than human. He would transcend his own mortality into legend, a nightmare to haunt evildoers till the end of time.
Jesus Christ! I feel like Zoloft and therapy would work too, but okay, whatever works.
Batman's resume is absurd. He's
wonder
mastered 127
how
martial arts,
Phantasm would
trained in
do
stealth and
in a death
assassination,
battle.
and is a super genius with a photographic memory. He's the world's greatest detective, bar none.
Like how the League of Shadows needs to keep erasing Batman's memories because he keeps finding their secret bases.
Yeah.
Or the time he found a dead body with no entry or exit wound and a 40-year-old bullet nearby, and somehow determined it must have been fired backwards in time.
Yeah, I saw that in the
Being
preview
a
video.
master marksman,
That's just
escape artist, forensic scientist, mechanical engineer,
And Ninja,
nice.
one of Batman's assets stands above them all.
his fat stacks. Vance has poured his billions into tactical armor and gadgets for every conceivable situation. If there's one word to describe Batman, It's prepared.
Carry
Made
several
of reinforced
mini red
Kevlar and
suns.
titanium, his batsuit can resist knives and gunfire, and even protected him from this
Hold on.
massive explosion. Judging by the
Frickin-
size of
no,
the
pause. I want to go back to that display there.
Bats has poured his
Okay, standard batsuit, bulletproof, automatic taser, utility belt, and gadgets. Yeah, doesn't he have the utility belt in most of his suits though? Justice Buster, designed to beat the Justice League, carries several mini red suns. I imagine that's also where he has the kryptonite and all that stuff. Didn't he say he doesn't actually know how to defeat Wonder Woman? Final bat suit, which is kind of an interesting term considering it's the second to last on this list. Powered by the Sun Box, so I imagine we're going to get into that. I'm going to assume that has something to do with Superman. Can alter minds. Now that's going to be interesting to see. Hellbat, which is the one everyone was building up. Highly powerful nanokinetic suit, so it can just morph onto him. Created by the Justice League. Absorbs biomass as its fuel. Does it eat him? Stood up to Darkseid. Now, that'll be interesting. Darkseid's one of the most powerful creatures they've ever had in this entire series. So.
Billions in a tactical armor and
Stood
gadgets
up
for every
to, though.
conceivable situation.
Not defeated.
If there's one word to describe Batman, it's prepared.
Made of reinforced Kevlar and titanium, his batsuit can resist knives and gunfire, and even protected him from this massive explosion.
Resist,
Judging by the
though.
size of
I
the
mean, he was
detonation,
still shown
Batman's
as being
distance
very
from the
clearly
epicenter
affected
and the
by it.
surface area of his body, he must have withstood a blast of nearly 60 tons of TNT.
Nice.
His cowl comes with night vision, infrared, and a radio.
Who
while his
ever heard of the
utility
word
belt is
cowl
chock full of
before
smoke bombs, Nerf
getting into
toxins,
Batman
grappling
stuff?
hook, and batarangs, which he can control mid-air.
Okay, is this so they're going with rebreathing apparatus, plastic explosive grenades, laser torch, Batline reel, micro cassette recorder. Oh, that'd be fun. Microprocessor power source. Huh. Tear gas, lockpick, miniature camera, fingerprint dusting kit, smoke capsules, and infrared flashlight. Okay.
And set to explode.
It was these tools that allowed Batman to wage his one-man war on crime.
But once he got
Oh,
over
come
his
on, you're
angsty loner
downplaying,
phase, he helped
what's his
found
face, the
the
police
Justice
chief,
League of America
Gordon.
in order to bring his personal brand of Bat Justice
And,
to the entire
Alfred.
And Batman's
all the
knack
Robins,
for schemes and
Batgirl.
preparation skyrocketed to match, turning him into the Bat God we all know and mean.
So
Like the
much
time he
different.
developed a backup personality that would ensure he functions as Batman in case of a psychological attack that drove him mad. A backup human operating system. Like a computer, but it's his brain.
Okay, what? Also, in case he went mad, I mean, I don't know how familiar these writers are with history, but that ship sailed a very long time ago. An extraordinarily long time ago.
Even has plans tailored to his teammates' weaknesses should they ever go rogue. He's developed contingencies for everything, which is why Bats comes prepared with extra suits for any occasion.
Like his Nightfall exosuit to battle Bane, or the Justice Buster, which he obviously designed to combat the Justice League. He even got a final Batsuit from his sixth dimensional self that can rewrite your mind.
But my favorite is his stylish zebra suit, which he wore after getting weird Magneto powers. They just made
I
his
see.
suit look like
Well,
this for some reason.
yeah.
There's also the Rainbow Batman suits, the Suit of Sorrows, and of course, the Bat Nipples. Chicks dig the Bat Nipples. All paid for with the Bat credit card. Never
That was not designed for women. Well, you know, people like eye candy. Joel Schumacher was gay as a tree full of parrots. That is in fact the real story behind the Bat Nipples. He wanted to have like something to look like Greek sculptures, and
leave the cave without it.
But perhaps his greatest suit of armor, the one designed to put him on the same level of insane mind-bending power as his league teammates, is the Hellbat.
AKA the single coolest looking thing ever invented.
Forged by Superman in the heart of the sun, each member of the Justice
Always in
League
the heart of the
contributed to
sun.
its monstrous mech's abilities.
And boy does it show, the Hellbat is absolutely hardcore.
made of nanokinetic mesh. It can
Okay.
shapeshift around Batman's body and
There we go.
operates via telepathic link.
It can fly, turn invisible, and fire a bat-shaped chest
Of
laser.
course a
and by diverting
bat-shaped
all the suit's
laser.
power
Of
into
course.
his fists, he can use the Devastator, a punch powered by Wonder Woman's strength. And she's strong enough to yank the friggin' Earth around. Though it does have a 95% chance of giving old bats a heart attack.
Which
Of
he
course it
has
does.
given himself to save all of Gotham City on at least one occasion. It's that level of insane drive that pushed him to use the Hellbat in his one-man invasion of Apocalypse in
Of course
order
he
to
did.
bring his son back to life.
You know, Apocalypse, home to the god of evil himself, Darkseid. Batman stared down the final boss of DC Comics and actually kicked his ass.
Nice.
This is incredible, considering Darkseid is a being strong enough to destroy entire universes and fast enough to fly to the edge of the universe.
What did
in
he want with
seconds.
Damian Wayne then,
Since
though?
the DC universe is significantly larger than our own, that would be
It
over
is?
600 quintillion times the speed of light.
That same Darkseid avatar even took a Shoryuken from Alan Scott, who was amped up from the energy of the multiverse. And
Okay.
Bats cleaned his clock just as hard.
But this incalculable strength is drawn from Batman's own life force, specifically his metabolism.
Interesting.
Should any fight with the Hellbat go on too long, Batman may succumb to its hunger before finishing the fight himself. Or absorb someone else's biomass for fuel. That
Ooh.
works too.
So basically, you'd have to be completely batshit insane to pilot this thing. And Bats, is... Yeah, sorry to break it to
Yeah,
you, but the
well,
grown man that wears
yes,
his underwear on the
like I
outside
just said.
isn't all there.
Like I said,
Being a
yes.
perfectionist, though, he's completely aware of this. That's why he does not kill. Because if he did, he understands that he can't trust himself to know when to stop.
Which is why we
Batman has
had
outsmarted
Terry
the
take
nigh
over in the
omniscient
first place.
Metron, defeated his dark counterpart, the Batman who laughs, and humiliated Superman in a one-on-one fight. No, wait,
Nice.
that one's not canon. That one he technically had help. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Although many of his greatest accomplishments have been aided by his exceptional prep work and foreknowledge, he's no stranger to being put on the spot, even in the face of Armageddon.
Yep.
Who else would kick the Spectre, the Angel of Wrath, God's divine judgment, in the face, and then tell him to get the hell out of his city?
I'll
I
tell
mean,
you
probably a
who,
lot of people,
the
it just wouldn't
goddamn
end well for them.
motherfucking na-na-na-na-na Batman.
My parademons arrive soon.
Think I haven't planned for this?
You would be forgiven for doubting the destiny of genius,
Three
billionaire,
pill?
playboy,
Is that what his shirt
philanthropist
says?
Tony Stark.
Yeah, because you can add massive prick to that list, too.
Tony's parents died when he was still young, leaving the mind-bogglingly brilliant prodigy to inherit a multi-billion-dollar tech company.
Likes to
Mommy and
roleplay
Daddy
as
first
Doctor
strings, Tony
Strange.
decided
Oh,
to
that's
live it up
fun.
and down in booze and the ladies.
Which was problematic considering he made his fortune as a part of a military-industrial complex,
Yep.
selling devastating high-tech arms to the highest bidder.
And Tony got to see his handiwork firsthand when it literally blew up in
Yep.
his face.
Tony never had much of a heart to begin with, but after that, he literally had even less. Unlike so many men of weaker spirit, though, Tony refused to give up. He was made of tougher stuff. He was made of iron.
So he
Yeah.
built himself a robot suit to bust the hell out of there. And when he got back to the good old US of A, he devoted his life to protecting the world from the kinds of weapons he helped make.
Oh,
by
no,
making
I'm
an
getting
even
more
better
ads.
robot suit
Shut
and
up.
becoming a
Shut up.
superhero.
My computer's supposed to have ad blocker on it, but has yet to do anything about the ones on YouTube.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
Building new suits of armor wasn't just a hobby for Tony.
I love that
but an
90s
obsession.
long hair
Over
there.
the course of his long career as a founding member of the Avengers, he has constructed dozens of different models, which he can call to him at once like a literal one-man army.
Oh, yeah.
Most of his armors
That
come
was a
with the
badass
same
part.
basic
That was
toolkit,
cool.
Super strength, massively hypersonic flight, and repulsor blast.
Repulsors are extremely dense beams of muons, unstable subatomic particles similar to electrons. They're actually really interesting. See, they're classified as leptons, which don't have any known substructures. Just sort of like
It's a laser.
Yay.
suck the fun out of it. His armors also come with onboard AI, like Friday, which can hack into enemy technology.
Okay. Tony Stark has had numerous AIs in the past, including a backup AI of himself if he were to ever be influenced by outside sources. So that is going to come into play. Bats is going to do the personality override thing, and that thing's going to come in.
command his other suits to fight remotely and operate down to the picosecond. That's 1/1,000,000th of a second.
All
Even
right.
outdated armors are strong enough to blow up a chunk of rock as big as Manhattan. By taking a look at its speed, Tony's armor would have had to be hitting with an energy of nearly 300 teratons of TNT.
All
That's
right.
3 times stronger than the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Years spent
All
defending
right.
the Earth has conditioned Tony to be prepared for
So
any
Bats'
threat
durability
imaginable, and he has an armor for
is
almost any occasion.
inferior to
He's got
that.
an
That we
armor to
know.
bust
That
bolts,
the
an armor to
explosion
bust
feat they gave
doors.
us anyway. Standard honors: fight, super strength, repulsor blast, AI companion. All right. Golly, it's not even 6 o'clock, and it's bright outside. How am I in such dark? I don't understand this. The window's right over there. Stealth, Samurai, Hulkbuster, etc. Those are modes? I thought Hulkbuster was its own. Negate energy, remote hacking. Capable of fighting cosmic beings. Yeah, we got that. The Escape, a virtual universe capable of creating anything he can imagine, so he basically has a Green Lantern ring in there too. Though, they said the other one was made partially by Green Lantern, so... Soul's Hammer, planet busting, space
An armor that
laser.
can turn intangible.
You gotta
a super
say it.
tiny armor that can mess
You
with
gotta
your
say it like
insides,
that.
and an armor
Space
made of white sticky
laser.
alien goo. Definitely not legal in all 50 states.
Gross. In order to remain as flexible as possible, though, his standard go-to is the Model Prime. It has all
Alright.
the classic Iron Man staples and has even incorporated size changing for extra strength.
Of
an
course.
invisible stealth mode,
And a badass lightning samurai sword.
Yee!
Say what you want about the smug son of a bitch, but he's definitely got style.
Dude,
And crippling
nice
alcoholism.
headbutt with that.
But look who's talking.
Didn't
it
he
was
quit
more than
like
likely that same
decades ago?
devil-may-care attitude that led to Tony revealing his secret identity to the world, which I guess had no consequences.
Look, Wiz, when you build a space laser strong enough to wipe out alien fleets in one shot,
Oh my.
I don't think the Mandarin is going to interrupt your shawarma lunch date.
I will say this though, Bruce did reveal his secret identity on one occasion. He was called up for jury duty. They asked him if he had any conflict of interest, and he said, yes, I'm Batman, and everyone laughed and told him to sit down. I'm just gonna turn my lamp on here. I hope my microphone fell over, so I hope that didn't dislodge anything. I have everything in a really precarious balancing act as far as the sound levels. And
That space laser is a Dyson sphere, a speculative
Alright.
superstructure that is meant to encircle an entire star and harness its energy. Something only
Awesome.
possible by a theoretical Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale.
It's basically
All
when
right.
your galaxy brained enough
I
to
have
draw
heard of
power
those
from
things.
the entire solar system.
I know it's comics,
Why
but
does-
the fact that Tony just has one of these lying around is insane.
why did
Known as
Earth get the moon, but no one else got moons in that diorama?
Soul's Hammer, Tony's incomplete sphere is strong enough to destroy a planet at only a 2% charge.
Didn't you work on one of those? I remember you talking about how it'd solve your student loan problems once and for all.
On behalf of the families of several planets that no longer exist, I'm not legally at liberty to discuss that.
Years of protecting the world from aliens, gods, and even his friends. All of that stuff wore Tony down and turned him into the one thing he promised himself he would never become. A narc.
Siding
Oh
with
my.
U.S. government's enforcement of the Superhuman Registration Act led to a literal civil war between superheroes. It
Yep.
wouldn't be his last.
Though it did prove he could hang with the best of them. He's
Okay, beat
Captain
Reed Richards in
America
chess
hand-to-hand
5 times,
combat,
huh?
Survived blows from Thor, and even took down the World Breaker Hulk.
He
Alright.
even matched Magneto. Magneto, the guy that controls metal, the thing that surrounds Tony's entire body,
Wait,
by
I didn't
amplifying
keep
his
through.
power with Jupiter's magnetic field.
And then Max punched him with the power of the sun, and it was like, no big deal. There really doesn't seem to be a limit to how insane Tony's tech gets. In the
Yep.
movies, this is the same guy that figured out time travel just sitting around one evening. In the time it takes me to down a beer,
course he
Tony's
did.
already shattered the laws of physics. Yeah, sure. Go to the Middle Ages and play knights with Dr. Doom, you scamp.
Perhaps his greatest invention of all, however, was the E-scape, an entire virtual universe where the only limit is his imagination.
Oh my.
And because Tony's nothing if not predictable, he made an armor out of it. That's right, he made an armor out of a universe.
This virtual armor is composed of solid holograms that can form any weapon Tony can think of. But even it likely cannot compare to the armor Tony created inside the E-scape, the Godbuster.
It's literally Iron Man going Super Saiyan. The Godbuster was so powerful it destroyed the entire E-scape in a single blast, along with the AI controlling all of it.
An earlier iteration of the
Did they
Godbuster
keep
was
Arno
able to
from
stand
him?
up to Celestials, cosmic gods that can warp reality, like Galactus, Odin, and Franklin, who can threaten the multiverse with their power.
So it lives up to the friggin' name, in case you were wondering. But it isn't that kind of power that makes Tony special. After a life spent wallowing in vice and pleasure,
Yes, his
Tony
determination.
rebuilt himself into a man he could be proud of. Someone who could sacrifice everything to save the world.
I suppose underneath it all, that man of iron had a heart of gold.
You want my property, you can't have it. But I did you a big favor. I have successfully privatized world peace.
And one, and shut up! Shut up!
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you want the same level of confidence as these two billionaires, check out BlueChew.
Fucking hell.
Confidence.
Shut up.
It can get you far in life.
They have a really
Chew
weird
free
idea of
when
the
you use our
demographic
promo
that
code
watches their
BATTLE
show. Okay. Well, I started this saying that I'm going with Iron Man, and I'm continuing to go with Iron Man, and I'm not sure how much of that is just the sheer OP-ness of his stats, and how much of that is just, holy shit, Batman, sit down. Listening to anime music. We know he does canonically know what Sailor Moon is, and is familiar with the characters.
Hey, bats! Now, I can respect a man with a healthy sense of paranoia and billions to spare, but Steve and Nat are really up my ass about this. Take the watchtower offline now.
Bruce, you don't want this fight, Tony. It'll be the biggest mistake of your life. Clark, do you read me? The watchtower is being attacked.
Seriously, bats? I figured out hacking in the 2nd grade. How do you think I got in here? Aside from...
You know, brute force.
Really, Bruce? This stick? I thought we were grown-ups here.
God. That's a different Iron Man voice, isn't it?
Ready when you are.
Okay, now we're fighting in space.
Hammer online pronto. Match my coordinates. I'll try to... Oh.
Oh, wow. Just swinging the watchtower around, huh? It took 2 hits to blow up the car. Come on.
I am Batman.
Yep.
I am Iron Man.
You really just gonna try to break someone over your knee?
Including busting wannabe gods like you.
Furs has never had a god complex. He has a savior complex. There's a difference. Well, I mean, it could be something in one of the comics that I haven't read. Why did it get so dark?
Bust this.
Yeah, blowing up the building again. Neat. Of course you know, this means war.
Had to divert some power to hacking that suit. Like I said, 2nd grade. Friday. Fire the
Cannot
hammer.
find unit. Interesting. Oh yeah, there we go. Wouldn't that have a much higher scope of... You take down your own suits, why don't you? And your own city, of course. Pause for a
No more armors, Tony. Just you and me. Man to man.
Well, man to genius billionaire playboy. Maybe just one more.
Oh yeah? It's the same arm
Model
we saw he
58,
was missing
The
before.
nano armor. Snuck it into your body back on the watchtower.
Oh, of course you
Friday,
did.
Initiate self-destruct.
Yeah. Did that actually work, or
Friday,
is there a
I
backup?
could really use a drink.
That was it? I kind of expected something more spectacular than that.
Would have beat the shit out of him.
While Batman is a character defined by his tenacity, preparedness, and utter genius, so is Tony Stark. So neither could rely on that skill set alone to pull them through.
Really
Shouldn't
disappointed
come
in
as a
this battle.
surprise. Batman's standard batsuit couldn't
If anything,
quite
it
hold
kind of
up to the
reminds me of
firepower
Doomsday
even the
versus
most
Hulk,
basic
where
Iron
you have
Man
these
armors. The batsuit is
massively OP
surprisingly
characters,
tough, sure.
and all they do is kind of fling each other around for a few minutes, and it was just really disappointing. I feel like we didn't see half of what they presented.
Taking hits from a dude
And I know
punch
that,
apart Manhattan.
and I know they never show us 100% of what they tell us about. But did we even see the E-suit or the E-scape? I don't think we saw a great deal of any of that. And that laser seemed really underpowered for what they said it could do.
Iron Man's armors were way more varied and powerful. With so many unique and often alien abilities, there was no way Bats could predict all of them.
With
Yeah.
time, he could certainly figure out a plan of attack, but since Tony is just as much a genius schemer as Batman, he could do the same.
There are lots of cases
okay,
where
so
he
this
would've
puts
won,
Bruce at
especially
2
with
and
his
3.
ace of the hole, the
Can we just
Hellbat.
leave it at that,
The Hellbat's
please?
raw power and speed absolutely dwarfed the majority of Iron Man's arsenal, and could have killed him immediately were it not for Tony's own trump cards.
Like the Godbuster, which was definitely strong enough to contend with it. The Hellbat could take on Darkseid, but a weaker version of the Godbuster
Yeah.
could hold its own against Celestials.
Darkseid was a being capable of threatening the multiverse with his power and moving many times faster than light, but the Celestials were capable of the same.
With
Yeah.
an armor that strong, Tony could buy himself enough time to break out all his other tricks, like sneaking
just
nano armors into
feel
Batman's
like the way
body,
they were building it
phasing through
up-
him with ghost tech, draining the Hellbat's power, or just hacking his suit and shutting it off.
And with an army of armors at his beck and call,
This just
Tony
really
could
left
certainly
me
hold
cold.
Batman off long enough to employ those strategies. Hell,
Even though I
since
did
he
get
can
the
control
result
them
well,
remotely,
no.
he technically
The
didn't
actual
even need
result
to
I
be
want.
there and put himself in harm's way.
And
The
remember,
actual result I
Hellbat
want
used
is to
Batman's
never
own
see
life
Batman
force
in
as
death
battery.
battle
He
again.
needed to end the fight quick, or else his own armor would kill him first. With Tony throwing an army at him, he didn't have a good way of doing that. Tony just had way too much shit to throw at Batman, while Batman didn't have the time or options he needed to keep up.
Yeah.
Batman may have been a god among men, but Iron Man's wealth of gadgets, insanely powerful tech, and greater mechanical experience allowed him to crush the Cape Crusader.
You
Yeah.
might think it's an injustice that Batman's gonna need avenging, but Iron Man was in a whole nother league.
The winner is Iron Man.
Okay, alright.
Hey,
Good for
everybody,
you,
hope
good for
enjoyed
you.
That episode. If you're looking for something else to watch, we just released a brand new show called Last Laugh on Rooster Teeth.
Alright,
It's
let's
all
see.
about people
Who is
trying
it?
to make
Who is
each
it?
other laugh.
Who we
and
got?
Everybody trying not to. Check it out by clicking the box below me. Thanks.
Oh, Goku Black versus Reverse Flash. Alright. People have been talking about that for a while now. Don't cancel. No. I don't know why my new computer decides autoplaying is a good thing, even though my YouTube is set to not autoplay. I don't know. I was just really bored. They gave us so much OP shit and didn't deliver. And I know this is gonna get me a lot of thumbs down and dislikes and all of that shit, but I don't know. They could have done a lot better with that. We've seen better with these characters. And it just... I don't know. Next time, I like Dragon Ball, but I haven't seen Super, so I really don't know much about Goku Black. I know who he really is. And my dad watched all of the Flash series, but I didn't watch a whole lot of it, so I don't know a lot about Reverse Flash. Interesting, though, 2 DC battles in a row. There's really only one thing I'm looking forward to that's been revealed this season, and that's the one they talked about for Halloween. They're finally having Dio versus Alucard. And although that's another one I don't have a whole lot of experience in, because all I've seen is Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. I haven't even seen actual Hellsing Ultimate or the original Hellsing, and I haven't read the manga, and all I really know about JoJo is stuff I observed from memes, and also there's characters named Oingo and Boingo, so except they got renamed after a Police album in the dub for some reason. I don't know why. I can't imagine anybody in Oingo Boingo actually having a problem with characters being named after them, especially considering in the FX series Archer, there were also characters named Oingo and Boingo, okay? Maybe because they were clowns, but clowns of death are marching on their hideous parade. Their glaring eyes are filled with hate, but I am not afraid. Okay. It is September 13th. I probably shouldn't be singing that one until around Halloween, but you know, fuck it. Oingo Boingo is for all year. I'm really concerned about the audio quality of this. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to skip around and watch this. And you'll already know if the audio is... You'll know before I will. Comparatively speaking, anyway. I just hope I don't have a repeat of Thor versus Wonder Woman where you couldn't hear me the entire time. You know, though, even then, you could see me reacting, so I still never really considered taking it down. The only one I really considered ever taking down, and I think I've discussed this before, was Optimus Prime versus Gundam, because I was sick, so I was so out of it the entire time. Like, I think, I'm pretty sure I just kind of sat there and most of the time. Doesn't it kind of look like I got a flat fang? I had braces, and it still is weirder than the other teeth. Like, it's relatively flat with them. It just sticks down farther, and I don't know why.